Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Capricorn. The sun is now in Taurus, and Taurus is all about finding your spiritual halo. And the sun will give you the direction in how to harness through this light bringing star, dwarf star, the fact that you can have a halo, a spiritual glow around you. The 10 and the 5 is the 15. Do not get attached though, otherwise it will be gone in seconds. Moon in your sign, and so you are able to look deep within as well in this halo, right? And see that you are awakening to your subconscious, where you can see where you cut off, where are you still not as connected as you should or could be, right? And so the 6 and the 9 is a 15 as well. And so in that 15, you coming up again, don't get attached to what you see emerging and let go, right? And so the 6 is left. Understand that you have work to do, right? And so here with the 15, it's a 6, and here with the 15, it's also a 6. So you already have a 6-6 portal. We're gonna look at you, the Queen of Pentacles. If your birthday is between December 12th and January 8th, then this is your court card, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the boss. She's also connected to the 10th house of career and success. And we're going to look at Saturn. That's the world in the tarot. And we're going to look what is coming up through the planet that is leading you. Back then, we had the Aries sun giving Capricorn moon the light. I was doing a special Neptune in Aries, which is now 14 years there. We had Venus and Mercury in Aries retrograde. And so the message was, you are the center of a successful community. And to be the center of a successful community means that you know what you're doing. And sometimes we focus on certain things that maybe are not so easy to focus on and make us feel like we're not good enough. But you gotta simply understand that when we are in connection with what it is that we want to do, everything else will follow. So we begin the reading. The reading is with the Queen of Pentacles. The Hermit is coming up. We're going to the right, still to your full moon. You had a new moon, and now the path goes out back to the full moon, where you can show who you truly are, also in your subconscious. And so the lantern from the Hermit is bringing you the light, and you are holding on to just one wand, and that one wand is all we need. Here you're holding on to one coin, and that coin is all we need. So the 10 and the 9 is the 19, and that's the sun. The sun is always here to bring you the light, to bring you the success, to bring you that which helps you to radiate your halo out into the world, right? And so the 10 is left. You are left, right, with the knowledge and the wisdom that you have as the 10th zodiac sign, as someone loyal and as someone dedicated. Now I want to see what is, of course, here Virgo saying, the soul aspect of the Virgo, and here comes the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups is Venus in Scorpio. And Venus is the Empress, and Scorpio is the deep ocean of feelings that sometimes mislead us to believe that we are on top of the world, because the 7 is the crown chakra. That's your emotional intelligence. And here you see that the cups are make you believe that you can hold on to certain status and money and victory and etc., right? But there is an illusion that is in your head, because we see here the head of a person, and inside of this head is another person, the resurrection. And we have here Easter right now, and so it works, right? And so the 10 and the 7 is the 17. That's the star. To be a star, which is what the sun is, the sun is a dwarf star, is to show who you are in all various ways, right? And so in a way, the 9 and the 7 is the 16, and the 16 is the tower, which you gotta let go, and the 7 is then left. The 10 and the 7, the 17, then the 8 is left, and the 8, that is knowing that certain things come and go. And this is what's so beautiful, because in the Mother Peace story you get the 8 of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces. And so you have 7 and 8 cups. That's 15 cups. That's you. You're the 15th major arcana, right? And so 15 cups, it's like you have to reduce them to 6, and the 6 is then the love and the success that you can imagine. And so you see very clearly that you're holding on here to the best cups, right? That's what the octopus is doing. And so the 8 of Cups and the 7, again, the 15, and the 6 is left. So learn to understand your emotions. Learn what is an illusion and learn what is not an illusion. Where can you hold on? But here in this 8 of Cups, it says, well, you have it really good, but sometimes we gotta move on, because there is something even better coming to you. And so when we calculate it all together, we have the 15 and the 10, that's the 25, right? And the 25 plus the 9, that's then the 34, and the 7 is left. The emotional intelligence is left. So observe what's going on here in the 7 of Cups. Where do you think that you spiritually still see yourself in the illusion, in the fact that you maybe are not yet as clear with your feelings and need to move on, right, from something that's not working? The moon is bringing you the Watchers, the transpersonal, the 60, the 6 and the 0, right? The 6 again, the victory, the 0, it's the Fool, and here you have the 18, which is the 9, and the 6 is again the 15. So somehow it's coming to you. You had 15 cups, right? And you understand that you are learning to discern when you're up here, to see how you see success, how you can become a watcher. And I want to see what is your deck bringing. You get the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter. And the Wheel of Fortune is a 10, and the 10 is what you get when you see you as a zodiac sign, the 1 and the 0, the 1 and the 0. So the 60 and the 10 is the 70. And so again, the 7, right, here, the emotional intelligence, that we need to discern what is real and what is fake, what is the matrix, what is not. You see here very clearly that the 70 is talking to you, and again the 9 and the 7, that's the 16, the Tower again. Things gotta go. So you observe things from up here, how everything is coming and going and coming and going. That's the Wheel of Fortune. That's Jupiter. We expand, but also we go expanding within. And so in that 7, we understand very clearly, again, have the emotional intelligence to realize what's really going on. Now, of course, I want to see what is the deck of the Wheel of Fortune bringing, and you get the Touch the Sky. And this card is really intriguing because you see you're up here, but up here sometimes we can feel very lonely. And so you're bringing your hair down. Your hair is the third eye, is the connection. And here are 5 birds flying in the clouds, but one bird is sitting here on your right shoulder, the right side. That is your masculine side. And so the 32, which is a 5, the 5 and the 10 again, the 15 is here, and the 15 plus the 6 is the 21, and that's Saturn. So the 15 again, you know, the 15 is always talking directly to you, right? And so you understand the 21 is then the 3 is the Empress, and out of the Empress new energies can appear. Sometimes when you up here as a watcher, right, and expand into a dimension other people cannot follow, you gotta actually let them know, hey, I am still here, but somehow I am up here in the clouds, right, manifesting my life. If you want, come up here towards me, right? The Sun is getting the biome, and the biome is a really beautiful card. It's the 44. And the 44, we see 2 times the 4, is understand the heart that you bring into this life, right? 2 times the heart, the creativity and the heart, and you see the heart is here with the Sun. So the 19 is the 10, and the 10, that's you. And you see that in career, you can see the whole picture. As a watcher, you can see all of this. And you see here is something dark, and here it's all bright. So you can see the good and the bad, and you can see that there are bad forces, but they're also positive forces. And it's kind of like in this biome, when one side is not feeling well, the other will get affected by it as well. What is Taurus saying? Because the Sun is in Taurus, you're getting the 5 of Cups. And this is interesting because now you're getting Mars in Scorpio. You had here Venus in Scorpio. And so the 5 and the 7 is the 12, and the 12 is the Hanged Man, and that's the last time Neptune in Aries is going to stay for 14 years. We're not dreaming about how we can heal this world. We're actually taking action. And so the 5 and the 10, again the 15. So it's really clear there's always a 6 left, right? And the 6 is really the watcher. The 6 is the third eye. The 6 is when you calculate the 15 together, you have 5 chakras until here, and then you get the third eye, and you understand, oh, okay, that's what it is. In the third eye, I see within the solution. And so you have, right, 7 and 8 cups, that's 15, another 5, that's 20 cups. That's Pluto. Pluto has moved into Aquarius, and Aquarius is the star. And to be a star means you gotta realize what it takes to see that sometimes things are lost, and you just need to turn around and need to change your perspective. And then you see the bridge, and you see the path home, and you see that here the 2 cups are left, right? And so here Mars in Scorpio and Venus in Scorpio, it's almost like you lost faith in a relationship, because Venus is the feminine and Mars is the masculine. And there's a certain sadness and disillusionment in the way you see relationships. But do you see this? Great. So don't give up, right? And so the 6 and here the 44, right? It's kind of like making you realize, if I calculate it together, we get the 50, the 5 is left, the 5 senses. And so the message is clear, right? The 44 I leave because that's the biome, and that's the connection that we have to all of what life brings. And Mars in Scorpio here, the 5, where you realize sometimes things might be looking sad, but they're just evolution. Saturn, what is Saturn bringing you? You get here the Page of Emotions. And in the Pages of Emotions, I looked, there's a really beautiful saying here, and I want to read it to you. And it's saying, living a magical life is a choice. And so the 21 is the three zodiac signs of water. Cancer, which is opposite of you. Cancer will give you the light for the full moon. Scorpio has come up. Venus in Scorpio and Mars in Scorpio. And Pisces, right? And we understand that something is talking because Saturn in Pisces has come. And so you have literally the understanding that you got to awaken to a whole new awareness that is helping you to feel the love. And these are the young generations, right? And so there's a 33, that's mastery. How can you awaken to that, which is what I wanted to see, because what is your deck bringing to Saturn? And you get the Fool, to begin every day new. Every day is a new step into the unknown. Every day is here the 0 with the 6, right? Present, the watcher, the observer. And I'm just watching, actually, from Joe Dispenza, the unknown. Take every day a step into the unknown. Don't think about the things that you already know, right? So you have the 33 and you have the 0. The 0 stands by itself. So Uranus is telling you, in love, you can take every day a new step. And then Venus in Scorpio is not about an illusion anymore. It's about that one cup that is up here that is empty, and you can fill it with the magic. Then it's because you left, right, something that's good, but you leave it because there is more, there is better. And you have seen that here the 3, the Empress, right, is here lying and it's empty, but the 2 here, the High Priestess, is leading you back, right? And so you see that it's so clear. But I also wanted to see, what is the Fool bringing you? And the Fool is bringing you, here the Scorpio. Look at that. The unknown is a little death. The unknown is the 0 and the 1 in your belly. The 0, the nothing, and the 1, the beginning. That one cup that I talked about, that is empty. Here, the 7, the crown chakra. Let that be empty. And you see 20 cups. Again, Pluto is ruling Scorpio. And so you understand very clearly that something really empowering is helping you here to take a new step again and again, because the 13 turns into a 4. Then you have 3 times the 4. And 3 times the 4 is self-empowerment again and again in the heart. And so you understand the 33 and the 13, which becomes the 4 and the 0 is the 40, right? And you know very clearly that something is really deeply telling you, listen to your guts. Take always the step into the unknown, particularly in the aspect of love, new love, fresh love. Because yes, we have been disillusioned, and yes, we have walked away from things that we thought were good, but then we realized after there's even better, right? And yes, we have been very sad, but that sadness made you even more human. And that's the 5 that is always in your card, right? The 5 senses until here, and then the 6th sense. It's like, there you go. And the 6th sense is the watcher, is the 3rd eye. That's what you are when you calculate the 15 together. That's always a 6. And so you see here, Scorpio's coming and saying, yes, you're going to step into the unknown. And as soon as you think you have landed, I'm again changing it all. And you are here witnessing that, right? Witnessing that from a really, really profound way. And in that you see 3 times the 4, that the empowerment, the self-empowerment lies deep within you, and you can do it. Everybody can do it, but sometimes it's that sadness that brings us into the enlightenment, brings us to a new place of realization. that when I hold the light, then I can also realize that this is just a test and I can get through that test. And that's what Taurus is bringing, tests, right? Also financial tests, right? Financial tests is always what the banks are suggesting to you. So watch, observe, and see that you can go up into the third eye, into the sixth chakra, and you can become the observer, and you watch from above the five. But you have 5 birds here, but here, you know, at the third eye where the bird is looking at, he's like connect through the hair, because the hair is connected with the third eye, connect down into the sky, you up here. It's such a fascinating card, and it's touch the sky. Sometimes you're up in the sky and you want to stay there, but you also know you gotta come down and you gotta live this life, because the wheel of fortune is spinning and turning and changing. And like I said, here was a 15 as well, and the 6 is here, right? So then there is a 6-6 here. And you know, the 6 is a powerful number, and in there you understand again and again, you are learning and you are awakening to a new you every moment of the day. I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Gemini, and Gemini is the communication. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.